In this video, I will discuss about shear, bond, anchorage length of a concrete structure. Shear reinforcement is given when the nominal shear stress is more than the allowable shear stress. In what format it is given? Number 1, with vertical bars which are called stirrups. Number 2, inclined bars. Number 3, a combination of stirrups and inclined bars. What is bond? The slip between steel and concrete is prevented by providing bond. 3 types of resistance are there between steel and concrete. Number 1, pure adhesive resistance. It is developed or it is given by concrete during setting. Number 2, frictional resistance. It is between the steel and the concrete. Number 3, mechanical resistance. It is developed due to the shrinkage of concrete. Now, when loaded, the adhesive resistance is broken first. Out of these 3, the adhesive resistance is broken first when a structure is loaded. Bond stress arises in 2 situations. Number 1, change in tensile force carried by the bar along its length, which is called as flexural bond stress. Number 2, from the anchorage of the bar in tension or compression, which is known as the anchorage bond stress. Now, what is anchorage length? You please refer to the diagram. The length required to develop full resisting force is called the anchorage length. In case of axial tension or compression, you see that here there is one bar which is given a pull T. So what will happen? It will try to resist the force. So the length required to develop the full resisting force is called as the anchorage length, which is denoted as capital L subscript D. Development length in case of flexural tension is given by this formula. LD is equal to phi sigma s divided by 4 tau BD. What is phi? Phi is the nominal diameter. Sigma s is the tensile stress in the bar at a section at the design load. Tau BD is the bond stress. But LD, that is the development length, is also equal to phi sigma C divided by 5 tau BD, where sigma SC is equal to the compressive stress. So you remember this formula, that the formula for the development length is one time it is for the tensile stress and one time it is for the compressive stress. So please remember the difference between the 2 formulae. Now, development length for bundled bars, when the bars are bundled together. Number 1, if 2 bars in contact, then we have to increase 10% of the development length of 1 bar. If 3 bars are in contact, we have to increase 20% of development length of 1 bar. But if 4 bars are in contact, then 33% we have to increase the development length of 1 bar. Let us see past year GATE paper. Which of the following is not a mechanism of bond resistance in reinforced concrete? Option A, chemical adhesion. Option B, friction. Option C, mechanical interlock. Option D, aggregate interlock. Just now we have seen the correct answer will be aggregate interlock, because chemical adhesion, frictional resistance, mechanical interlock, they are all the mechanism of the bond resistance in reinforced concrete. Only aggregate interlock is not a mechanism of bond resistance. Let us see another question. When shear stress exceeds the permissible limit in a RCC slab, then this problem is solved by option A, increasing the slab depth. Option B, providing shear reinforcement. Option C, using high strength steel. Option D, using thinner here but more in numbers. The correct answer will be option B, that is providing shear reinforcement. So when the shear stress exceeds the permissible limit in RCC slab, then shear reinforcement is provided to solve the problem.